catch this is the problem is education. Unfortunately, Latino people come over here, they put their head down and just work, work, and work. And there's many resources out there, internet and stuff, but they don't have time for it. Are you guys planning on some type of like, I don't know, any exposition that you can do, come to Mexican parade, come to Ecuadorian parade, bring all your stuff, show them what you do, and besides that, have a website where there's everything in Spanish and say, okay, this is what you can do, this is what you cannot do, and so we can look for it, like we can see that.
You know, we definitely see that need, and we see that opportunity. We try to get out to as many of those types of things, and like having these forums. But you know, a good example, that I know of, we have the Latino Hispanic radio stations, which are well listened to, and those are a great opportunity for us. But we need to use them more, because that's a great way to reach out. Television as well, but it's it is difficult to reach out to people that are basically, that they're working every day, they're coming home, they're eating gold bed. How do you reach people like that? And you have to somehow get to your
exactly. Create some type of like research. Know how to get to that. That'll be the right question.
And I should also say that, when you look at large cities throughout this country, major city chiefs, we are working very hard with the federal government to try to find a solution to this immigration enforcement piece that works for both of us. We don't feel that that's the role for law enforcement in cities. It's a federal responsibility, but they also need to be doing some things better. We also feel that there should be a priority, as you've all heard. The priority is not people that for lower level offenses. It's probably, you have your felonious offenses as far as your top priority. Repeat offenders is second priority. But so a lot of people are working on this. Hopefully they can find a solution. I believe they will. They have to. But in the meantime, there's a lot of things that are being thrown out there, a lot of things going on. And we've talked about that. We talked about that as a group. That's scaring people. It's scaring a lot of people, and that's unfortunate.
You say in the meantime, we have to work here by yourself. At the beginning of this forum, you said that you guys are trying to get some more, like recruit,
yes,
let's say Latino,
yes,
members for your department. Have you thought about any type of like meeting with all the communication media that we have around here? It's like Univision, there are many radio stations, newspapers, and probably you can get a deal with them and try to create any advertising so you can look for it.
Well, we're going to start doing that. Like I said, we haven't hired for 3 years, but we know we were going to be hiring here in the next year, and that's what we were talking about, different ideas to do that. And it's and what a lot of people don't understand is we have a program where we will actually pay for individuals to go to school, and also pay them a stipend to work for us at the same time while they're going to school. And this program is available. And will be available very soon, and we'll be looking for candidates for that. And we work with communities to find candidates for that, and that's worked very well for us. It's one of the concerns we've had is we do have a good number of Latino and Hispanic officers in the police department, but we aren't seeing a lot of new young applicants. We have senior commanders, we have mid-level, but we saw it's kind of wane as far as those entry-level positions, even when we were hiring. So we need to do a better job recruiting.
Chief, are you also reaching out to other officers who also speak Spanish, or at least fluent or learning Spanish?
We do. We have a program, but Anna has to go catch a plane. But we do have. We do have such programs. Also, we have there's a Latino Officers Association in this metro area here that's very active as well. And Ike's Captain DeLugo is one of the more active leaders of that group. But they're there to help us as well.
We also offer those classes we've had for years of teaching basic Spanish, and that's always been very well attended. Every time they have a class, it's 30, 40 officers volunteer to go there, so they're real active in trying to learn the
We
second language.
now have those classes at St. Mary's University, and they host us, and they're open to officers from other departments as well. So it's and not just officers. There's actually been judges and other people that have gone to that program as well. So it's still a very popular program.
Do you know what percentage of, or how many officers you have?
Ike's probably got it in his hand. I think it's about 30-something.
I have another question. I hope it fits in this discussion we're having right now. I had a friend that used to work with victims of crime, and then she used to tell us like the frustration she has is because Latino people that doesn't have documents never wants to come to the police and say, okay, I got beat up, I got this, or whatever, you know. They don't wanna come over because they're afraid of that. Do you have any special way to get to the people? Do you have any team that can work with that? Do you guys have any way that you can work that better? Because every day we see something happen to any Latino people. They get robbed, they get assaulted, whatever happens, but nobody knows about it. They're afraid to come over to the police because of that.
And I need your help there. I mean, we don't require them to show identification when they're making a police report to us in Minneapolis, and they need to know that. And if they didn't have it, we're not going to be checking it for immigration status. So St. Paul will tell you the same thing. But if it's confusing, that's not the case everywhere in the metro area. So that is the case in Minneapolis, St. Paul. So I want to say something.
I do think that that's also something that the consulates should be working, or probably we should be doing a better job of that one too, because that's that's our job to protect our community. That's what I'm paid for, and I will strongly encourage people from the Mexican consulate, from a Mexican background or Ecuadorian background, to come and visit us and tell us where the needs are and how can we address those needs to the police department, because the resources are there, and if we are creating that communication, an open communication to bring people to us, we can be bridging the gap. That's what we are here for. And if there are people that are being, I know that, again, that's education, as you said it correctly, and that's, again, the wonderful job of the media, helping us reach out and helping us with this type of press conferences to let them know that we are here to protect the community. Because, as you said, there are many, many victims of crimes that are so fearful, even kids, fearful of denounce what they are going through, because they are fearful that their parents are going to be deported. So that's what the consulates are for. We are there to listen to your concerns and to bring up those concerns to the department, to the police department.
Once again, why I ask you this is because sometimes in our community, in Latino in general, we don't trust each other that much. If I tell them, don't worry, go to the police, they're not going to do anything. They're going to be like, whatever, you tell me this. But if you go and say, hey, we're here to help you, we're going to do this, they probably will trust you more seeing you than seeing us. That's why I ask you the question.
Yeah, you can go to the consulate or call the consulate, ask for their help, and they can help you as well as if you want to report a crime or report incidents. That's been done as well, and that they're more than happy to do that.
Talking about recruitment, I want to take this opportunity. Maybe Carlos can help us with this. Maybe telling people to the camera, how do you get motivated and how do you become into a police, part of the police force?
started working in private security before becoming a police officer. And while doing that, I met a lot of police officers that encouraged me to apply. And they said it would be a good fit. I mean, there's opportunities for bilingual persons. I mean, we need more Hispanics. And I was able to do that. They convinced me to do it. I applied, and I got hired with Minneapolis. So it's definitely a great opportunity for everybody out there who wants to give it a shot. I mean, if they want to do that, the opportunity is there for them.
¿Me gustaría hacer la invitación en español, por favor?
Claro que sí, a todos los muchachos jóvenes que quieren ser policías, tienen aspiraciones de ser policía o entrar en la carrera de abogados o de policías en específico, pueden aplicar al departamento de Minneapolis. Obvio tienen que tener su educación, por lo menos 2 años de universidad o 4 años, pero pueden aplicar.
And the last thing for me, you say that there is a program where you guys, I didn't get that well, sorry if I didn't. Like, that's why I'm recording it, because sometimes I get some. So you have a program where they can help. See, if the people goes, to the school, you guys help them. How does that work? How can we tell them to come over?
We have a program called the Community Service Officer Program. It's CSO, and that's how I started. CSO program pays for you to go to school and get your law enforcement degree, and then in the same process, you're learning to be a police officer, or what the duties of a police officer consist of. And from there, after you graduate from your skills, you go to the academy to be a police officer.